and welcome to AE-Help's IELTS academic test preparation videos. The materials and programs today are taken from www.aehelp.com. For lots more information and help on your IELTS test preparation, join our course at aehelp.com. So in the listening and reading section, it's essential that you have strong vocabulary to understand the information you're being presented with. How can you find out what is the most important vocabulary and how do you know what is least important? You can use tools like the High Incident Academic Word List, also known as the AWL, to help you understand which words you should be focusing on. The Academic Word List has 570 high-frequency words found in academic tests. These aren't the most frequent words used in English, they're the most frequent words found in academic tests. So in your reading training, you can start using the Academic Word List to learn words of high frequency that you will see repeated and repeated and repeated in your studies. Not only is it important for reading, once you learn this vocabulary, you will also start hearing the words in your listening. You can use them in your writing and also when you're doing your speaking exam. The more vocabulary you have with a greater range, the stronger your final result in IELTS will be. So let's start by looking at a reading passage and understanding how to use the Academic Word List to build your vocabulary. From now, I've chosen a reading from aehelp.com's reading passage selection. I will read it with you. After I read the selection, we will go through and find vocabulary from the Academic Word List to help you start building your vocabulary. This text is called Tristan da Cunha, an island of remote curiosity. Tristan da Cunha is an island in the South Pacific Ocean, formed by volcanic activity and part of the British Overseas Territory called St. Helena, Accession, and Tristan da Cunha. Tristan da Cunha is generally considered to be the most remote inhabited place on Earth. Because of its extreme isolation and its small population, Tristan da Cunha is a fascinating experiment in sociology and genetics. The island was first discovered in 1506 by a Portuguese explorer named Tristan da Cunha, who named the island after himself. The name of the island was later anglicized by the inhabitants into Tristan da Cunha. In 1816, the United Kingdom annexed the island, taking control of it. They used it as a marine military base for a number of decades in the 19th century before it fell into disuse after the construction of the Suez Canal. The Second World War, however, brought renewed purpose to the island. It was used as a top-secret British naval station, codenamed HMS Atlantic Isle. The purpose of the station was to monitor the waters for German U-boats. According to a recent census, the island has a population of just 263 people, who mainly reside in the settlement known as Edinburgh of the Seven Seas. It is thought that the residents of the island descend from just 15 ancestors, of which 8 were male and 7 were female. Because the reproduction pool is so small, the residents of the island suffer from a number of medical disorders. There is rampant asthma on the island, which is thought to be a result of the known fact that 3 of the original founders of the island suffered from asthma. Based on the endemic asthma inflicting inhabitants of the island today, it is thought that there is a genetic underpinning for the condition. Further evidence comes from islanders commonly suffering from glaucoma, a degenerative eye condition which, left untreated, can result in blindness. There are just 8 surnames among the 263 residents of Tristan da Cunha, corresponding roughly to the 8 original male ancestors. Since there is almost no immigration to the island, the surnames are kept intact for many generations. Education on the island is very limited. Children only attend school until the age of 15, with the option of taking the British Standardized Test for secondary school graduates, once they have completed schooling. As a consequence of the low quality of education, standardized test scores are generally very poor. Another indication of the island's remoteness and relative lack of contact with the outside world is that the English spoken among its natives is very different from that spoken in the rest of the world. Arguably, one of the most interesting facts about Tristan da Cunha was that until the aftermath of the Second World War, the only currency in place was the potato. For example, the newspaper, the Tristan Times, could be purchased for 4 big potatoes. Today, Tristan da Cunha uses the British pound as its currency, which is odd because its neighbouring St. Helena, 2,173 kilometres away, of which Tristan da Cunha shares its status as a British overseas territory, uses the St. Helena pound and not the British pound. Since Tristan da Cunha was formed by volcanic activity and the volcano which formed is still active, the inhabitants of the islands live in constant danger of volcanic eruption. The last such eruption occurred as recently as 1961, when all the islanders had to be evacuated to England. While some communities around the world participate in fire, earthquake, or tornado drills, the residents of Tristan da Cunha participate in evacuation drills, where they practice the protocol for evacuation of the island in case of volcanic eruption. The Tristan economy is built mainly upon farming. All land is owned by the community, that is to say, there is no individual land ownership. Another significant part of the economy is the exportation of crayfish and lobster, mainly to Japan and the United States. A fire that occurred in 2008 greatly affected both the domestic and export economies. Tristanians are a fiercely proud and independent people. Even when given the choice to stay in England after exile due to the volcanic eruption, almost every resident returned to the island. Okay, now that we've read the text, let's look for some vocabulary words from the academic word list. The first one in paragraph A was considered. Considered is a verb. However, on the list, you will notice that you don't find considered, you actually find considerable. Which is an adjective. Although they are not the same word, they belong to the same word family, the same root word. And when you learn one word off the list, you must learn not only the word on the list, but all the parts of speech that goes together with it. To extend that, you should also be learning the word consideration, which is a noun. To see the rest of this video and for more help with your academic IELTS, and for more strategies and materials to help you prepare for your tests, please visit us at www.aehelp.com and join us for our full course.